Good morning. Today is Wednesday, August 12th, 2026. You're listening to Cyber F.M. I'm your host, Arias Thomas, and this is today's Cybersecurity Report, being brought to you by the R.S.S.H. Delivery Company, New York's exclusive delivery option. On today's broadcast, we're locking in 4 crucial threats reshaping operating systems, perimeter firewalls, domain infrastructure, and critical healthcare systems. We'll be covering stories number 1,
Microsoft Windows kernel 0 day, CVE 202668820.
actively exploited use after free vulnerability in the AFD.sys driver granting system privileges.
Number 2. Wormable Windows DNS Server RCE, CVE 202662878.
Unauthenticated stack-based buffer overflow posing catastrophic lateral movement risk.
Number 3. Cisco ASA and FTD heap inspection flaw, CVE 202620349.
CISA adds critical firewall vulnerability to the KEV catalog following active exploitation.
Number 4. Gunra Ransomware Global Advisory.
CISA and international law enforcement issue joint warning on RAS double extortion campaigns hitting critical infrastructure. Let's begin.
Story number 1. Microsoft WinSock driver 0 day, CVE 202668820. Exploited in the wild.
Our top story comes from Microsoft's August 2026 Patch Tuesday updates. Security researchers and CISA confirmed active exploitation of a high-severity zero-day tracked as CVE 2026-68820. The vulnerability is a use after free issue located inside the AFD.sys driver, the ancillary function driver for WinSock that acts as the core kernel mode component for Windows networking. Locally, authenticated threat actors exploit a race condition within the driver to elevate privileges to full system access without requiring user interaction. CISA added the bug directly to its known exploited vulnerabilities catalog, urging immediate enterprise remediation.
Story number 2. Wormable Windows DNS Server remote code execution, CVE 202662878.
Moving to domain infrastructure. Defenders face an urgent patching window for a critical flaw in Windows DNS Server tracked as CVE 2026-62878. Carrying a critical severity rating, this stack-based buffer overflow flaw allows remote, unauthenticated attackers to execute arbitrary code with elevated permissions by sending a specially crafted packet over port 53. Because the vulnerability requires zero user interaction and affects exposed internal and edge DNS servers, analysts warn the flaw is wormable, which is capable of spreading autonomously across corporate subnets if unpatched.
Story number 3. Cisco Secure Firewall ASA and FTD added to CISA KEV catalog.
In network security news, CISA issued an emergency catalog edition for Cisco Secure Firewall Adaptive Security Appliance, also known as the ASA, and Firepower Threat Defense, also known as the FTD, software. Tracked as CVE 2026-20349, flaw stems from a heap inspection memory vulnerability within Cisco's parsing engines. Active in the wild, exploitation allows adversaries to trigger remote memory corruption, bypass authentication barriers, or crash core firewall services. Federal agencies under BOD 26-04 have been mandated to apply vendor updates immediately to secure exposed network perimeters.
Story number 4. Joint advisory issued for Gunra ransomware infrastructure attacks.
Story number 4. Our final update focuses on critical infrastructure security. U.S. and international cyber agencies published a joint advisory warning of targeted attacks by the Gunra ransomware group. Operating under a ransomware-as-a-service model, Gunra threat actors leverage double extortion tactics against healthcare systems and government organizations. After establishing initial network access through compromised edge appliances, attackers exfiltrate confidential operational files before deploying encryptors to disable critical health systems and emergency services. Today's broadcast is brought to you by the R.S.S.H. Delivery Company. In an era where critical infrastructure, 0 days, and zero-click network exploits can compromise digital perimeters in milliseconds, the R.S.S.H. Delivery Company provides point-to-point, armed physical transit for high-security assets, confidential hardware, legal filings, and cold storage encryption keys across the 5 boroughs. When you cannot trust the public wire, trust NYC's premier secure carrier. the R.S.S.H delivery company, New York's exclusive delivery option. That wraps up today's threat intelligence rundown on Cyber FM. To recap, we analyzed the actively exploited Windows kernel 0-day labeled CVE 2026-68820, the wormable Windows DNS remote code execution vulnerability, CISA's KEV listing for Cisco ASA/FTD firewalls, and the Joint International Advisory Against Gunware ransomware campaigns. I've prepared a deep dive report on each story posted on my LinkedIn page, complete with full technical IOCs, mitigation steps, and architectural hardening guidelines. Special thanks again to our sponsor, the R.S.S.H delivery company. I'm your host, Arias Thomas. Stay vigilant, patch your endpoints, and we'll see you on the next transmission.